We have a lot of Danny's World news to go through and they're all pretty exciting. As most of you are aware, we have a new toon called Squirm and a new Twisted Squirm. This user asked Quell, do you think your community likes Squirm so far? Quell then said, I hope there's people who have enjoyed him. Looks like there is def some fans and I'm so happy that I can help make a toon that brings players some joy. I've been super happy with Squirm personally. So the new toon Squirm has received a lot of positive feedback. That's good news because that might mean new toons in the future that can possibly interact with the environment like Squirm. That would be awesome. And honestly, it looks like Squirm was a fun toon to develop, so that's cool. Quell has asked the community, anywho, how has Twisted Squirm been since his addition? So Twisted Squirm appears on the ceiling and he latches onto you and you have to play a sort of mini game to escape. It's such a unique Twisted mechanic. We don't have anything like it, so it will be nice to see what the community think of such a unique Twisted. This user said, very anti-distractor, no one ever looks up. That's so true. I've seen so many distractors get spotted by Twisted Squirm and it completely ruins the distractor's rhythm, so it's a very challenging Twisted. This user said, he's a genuine good addition. If we get more toons in the future, can they please be gimmick Twisteds like him? So this user appreciates the mechanic of Twisted Squirm appearing on the ceiling and being able to hold you down and you have to escape. So more Twisteds like that is what this user would like. This user said something a bit different. They said, fun on earlier floors, otherwise pretty annoying because if you have any other Twisted on you, you're bound to take a hit. That's so true because once Twisted Squirm has you locked down, other Twisteds can hit you and you can be wiped out pretty fast. So it does make the floor very challenging. Next up is a behind the scenes reveal of an Easter Eggson skin. Quell said, this skin is dedicated to all the cool and hip Eggson players ready for his return. Another skin to be in the Easter event. And here we have Eggson's Easter skin. I'm sure there will be other Eggson Easter skins as well, but here is one of them. And if we take a closer look, Dial is in the background with his Easter outfit. So anybody wondering if Dial and Dandy would get Easter skins, it looks like they will. We haven't seen what Dandy's Easter skin will look like, but we do have a preview of Dial's Easter skin. I wonder what the rest of Dial's outfit looks like because he is behind a desk. We can't see the whole outfit. I'm sure it's amazing. Next, we're going to talk about another Easter skin. So Squirm's Easter skin has been revealed. Eggson's Easter skin has been revealed. Dial's Easter skin has been revealed. And now Flutter's Easter skin has been teased. Flutter only has 2 skins, not including the Vintage skin, Vivid Monarch and Frosty Fluff. A few days ago, this user asked Quell, do we get a Flutter skin? Quell replied saying, smiles runs away. Now from this reply, I can only assume that Flutter will be getting an Easter skin. What else could this reply mean other than Flutter receiving at least 1 Easter skin, which is good news for Flutter players. Next up, we're going to talk about a new Danny's World animation on Quell's YouTube channel. Quell said new plush aren't out yet, but coming soon. And we have this animation called Preparing for Easter, and it's of Bassie and Coco. And it's basically a reveal video of 2 new plushes being added to the collection, a Coco plush and a Bassie plush. So I'm assuming that will be available during Easter and hopefully after Easter as well. Next up, we're going to talk about Danny's World official plushes. As you may know, Danny's World has a bunch of official plushes. This user asked Quell, may I ask, why do you release Sprout's plushie before Shelly's, even though Shelly came out before him? And why is Coco also getting a plushie before Shelly? She's not even a main character. So this user is wondering why the Danny's World official plushes aren't in order of toon release dates, because Shelly was released before Sprout, so the user believes that Shelly should have had a plush before Sprout, but Sprout has a plush before Shelly. As you can see, this is what the Sprout plush looks like. So where is the Shelly plush? Quell replied saying, I'll be honest, I and Cutterfly are working hard to ensure the Shelly plush is quality, and with that, we've been having a lot of samples, testing head shapes that are possible, etc. So thanks for the patience, she's just proving to be a bit more challenging to get right. So for anyone wondering what is happening with the Shelly plush and why Shelly hasn't had a plush yet, it's because the plush manufacturers and Quell want to get the Shelly plush right, and it's taking a long time to perfect the plush. Our next topic is about Boxton's animations. This user said, I really hope Quell and the team update Boxton's extraction animation. His default base skin and old skin still have the wind-up key swaying side by side instead of rotating 360 degrees that his new skins, Creepy Cord and Quiet Caroler, have. What the user is talking about is Boxton's key. It's only moving from side to side instead of 360 degrees all the way round, and the user's wondering why that is, compared to Boxton's newer skins where the key actually turns a full circle. So why isn't there some consistency in the animations on Boxton skins? Next, we're going to discuss rumors of a Bassie nerf. What? Bassie's going to get nerfed? Is that true? Let's find out. So this user asked Quell, are you gonna really nerf Bassie? I don't know why this user's asking this question or what gave them the idea that Bassie would get nerfed, but let's see what Quell said in response. Quell said, nah, I didn't have any plans on that. If you heard it from like TikTok or something, there are users there that tend to spread misinfo sometimes. So it seems like the user may have been misled on a possible Bassie nerf. TikTok has a lot of misinformation. There are a lot of users on TikTok trying to get likes, trying to get followers, spreading false information. So you need to be really careful and check with any information being spread on TikTok if it's true or not. Next up, we're going to discuss if Quell is going to stream anytime soon. So if you've been up to date with Quell on YouTube, you would know that Quell streamed quite a few times on YouTube and it has gained so much popularity. People love watching Quell draw and talk about Dandy's World and talk about any future updates in Dandy's World. It's super entertaining watching behind the scenes, watching Dandy's World being created live on stream. And this user asked Quell, any stream soon? I love watching them. Maybe you drawing stickers again. So normally Quell draws stickers on the stream and it looks like this user wants more streams like that of Quell drawing. Quell replied saying, I haven't streamed in a while, sorry about that. Maybe I should get back to it someday. So it looks like Quell is hoping to stream again in the future. So hopefully that will be soon because as I said, a lot of people enjoyed those streams. Next up, we've got some big changes coming into Dandy's World and it's to do with the achievement badge tiers changing. So as you know, we have 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, and iridescent. Iridescent is the hardest tier and bronze is the easiest tier. Quell said yesterday, now that achievements medals have been out for a while, I've noticed some of the rankings feel a bit off based on the difficulty of earning each. Here are a few I feel should be adjusted. Please vote on these polls for any change to occur, as I'd like the community to help come to a choice on these. If you earn the medal, you'd still of course keep it. We'd only change the visual color ranking. And if we take a closer look, Quell is proposing to change the tier of these 3 medals. So stealth mission, speedrunner, and overtime. So the first change Quell proposes is for stealth mission, which is to complete a floor without being spotted. Quell said, should we reduce the medal ranking of stealth mission from gold to silver? So that means stealth mission is quite an easy badge to complete, and Quell is wondering, since the medal is easy to achieve, should the medal difficulty be changed from gold to silver? Let's see the results. It looks like a large majority of the community would like stealth mission to be reduced to silver. The next change Quell has proposed is for the speedrunner medal, where you complete any floor in under 1 minute. Quell said, should we reduce the medal ranking of speedrunner from iridescent to gold? So it seems like speedrunner is an easier badge to complete, and Quell is wondering, should the difficulty level be reduced from iridescent to gold? Let's see what the votes show right now. It looks like a large majority of the votes are to reduce to gold. And lastly, the next change Quell has proposed is for the overtime badge, which is to beat Dial's floor 25 times. And Quell said, should we upgrade the medal ranking of overtime to iridescent? So it seems that overtime is quite a challenging badge to complete. So should the tier be increased to the highest level, which is iridescent? Let's see what the community have voted on so far. It looks like a large majority of the community have decided to vote on upgrading overtime to iridescent tier, the highest tier, which means a large majority of the players feel that the overtime badge, which is to complete Dial's floor 25 times, deserves to be at the highest tier of difficulty. Super fascinating. It looks like all of these votes will go through with the majority winning. So maybe on the Easter event, we will get these changes being released into the game. Next up, we're going to talk about misinformation being spread online to do with Dandy's World, to do with Quell's messages. Quell said, the misinfo has been awful recently. I hate that there's fake screenshots being made based on things I've never said. Don't even get me started on people replicating my voice through AI. Ew. So not only are people faking messages about Quell and what Quell has said, people have started to create replicas of Quell's voice through AI machines? What? That is extreme, and you need to be very careful on the information you're receiving. It's best to get the information straight from the source. For example, Quell's official YouTube page, the Blush Crunch Studio official TikTok account, and of course the Blush Crunch Studio Discord server. Lastly, we're going to talk about Blush Crunch's first game, Flavor Frenzy, and what Quell has said recently about Flavor Frenzy. This user asked Quell, is Flavor Frenzy getting Easter events this year? Quell said, still no plans on touching that game's code. If you're unaware, Flavor Frenzy hasn't been updated in a very long time, and the updates were paused around the time a developer got fired from the Blush Crunch studio, which was in 2024. And for anyone wondering why Flavor Frenzy has not been updated in a very long time, Quell said in 2024, okay, I'll be super honest, there is a ton of things working against Flavor Frenzy right now, and I've been considering what I can do with the project. I do not have crucial files for Flavor Frenzy from Rocks, examples being models, textures, etc. a lot. The code is terribly messy, unoptimized, etc., heavily affecting mobile players. The models are terribly unoptimized as well, heavily affecting mobile players. And Quell goes on to say a few other things to do with why Flavor Frenzy has paused in production. And this message was in 2024, and we're in 2026 now, and it doesn't look like Flavor Frenzy will be seeing any light anytime soon. But who knows, maybe in the future the Blush Crunch studio will expand its developer team, and maybe a few developers can start working on Flavor Frenzy. But Quell did say that she is missing crucial files for Flavor Frenzy from an ex-developer, so who knows?